Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Fusion Pro Wrestling press conference for Chapter 7 Fusion Bound, which takes place in just under 25 hours. Not here, at our new location, which will open up to the public tomorrow before the show. If you are wanting to know how to get there, we will obviously post in our social media channels and groups and all that amazing stuff of where you can go to get to our new sim, which we can confirm. It's called Shadow Acre. So, with that said, though, we are here to talk business, and that is all about tomorrow's exciting event called Fusion Bound. Now, Fusion Bound for this organization is essentially day 365. It is our 1 year anniversary of Fusion Pro Wrestling because it was on March 11th, 2021, when in this very building, in this very ring, we held our first ever event called Welcome to the Fusion. And since that day, Fusion Pro Wrestling has broke down barriers. It has changed the industry, and tomorrow is a celebration of everyone in this ring, in the back, anyone who's ever participated, including the fans. It is a celebration of what has made Fusion Pro Wrestling what it is. Now, with any pro wrestling event, the thing that matters the most is the matches, and tomorrow we've got an incredible card lined up for you, and I'm going to quickly run down the matches that are on the card for tomorrow, and then we will hand it over to our esteemed panel to go over their thoughts and feelings into tomorrow's match. Now, tomorrow we will be starting with a Women's European Championship match as Vivian Payne will be taking Mona Koo and Ruth Resident. Our second match, we'll see Leviathan taking on the Big Shot, Benjamin Adams. Our third match will be the first of two tag team ladder matches in this. That match, the third match will be for the women's tag team ladder match, and that will be featuring Grey Fox, Candy Perez, and Karma Star, the underdogs. And one more team that Crystalia, our GM, has not decided to tell me who it is, so we shall have to wait with bated breath as to who that could be. Now, the second of our tag team ladder matches will be for the Men's World Tag Team Championships, which will see the team of Skillet and Lux Tesla, the Trench Brothers, the Zero, and Bobby Henderson and Kenny Carter. I've been informed they're calling themselves Justice. Next up on the card, we will see a Women's World Championship match between Anarchy, who is the defending champion, against Suplex and Marionetta. And then in our main event, in a Japanese death match for the Men's World Championship, we will see Lucadi Black challenge Neon Shadow. So, with that said, I think it's time to talk to our panelists about what is on deck for tomorrow's card. Who shall we go with first? You know, I would like to actually hear from someone who calls all the matches. So, Trixie, I've got a few questions here for you. How this will go is I will ask the questions, you will reply back, and then once we've gone through everyone who's here, we will then have a bit more of a free-flow discussion before moving over to our party, which will be happening after this press conference concludes. So, Trixie, what do you expect to see at Fusion Bound?
What do I expect to see? That actually is a very good question. Well, for one thing, that is an obvious fact for me to expect. It would have to be that the matches will be extremely insane, especially with what we have on the docket for tomorrow. So I'm definitely expecting some craziness and, well, just pretty much the same old, but yeah, I have to expect the unexpected when it comes to that.
Indeed, the fusion. Expect the unexpected. That's how we usually go. When it comes to the tag team title matches, what teams are you backing to win those championships?
The two that, well, for the women's division, I would definitely have. It was a tough one for me to figure out, but honestly, I'm kind of putting my money, if I had any, on Gray Fox because I mean I've seen the others; they're really good. Don't get me wrong on that. But truthfully, Gray Fox work as an amazing team, and I'm sure they'll be able to get their paws on those shiny belts. As for the men's division, it was a tough one for me to pick on. So, truthfully, I'm kind of aiming for the zero on this one. And I'm not saying this just because I'm doing favoritism here, but they've actually proven to really have such amazing skills in the ring. And I'm sure many people would agree with me on that.
Okay, um, great to hear from you there. Let's take it to one of our wrestlers. In fact, we'll go to the team actually for our first batch of questions, and we'll go to a team of Joanne and Kimberly Smith, who are the underdogs. We'll go with Joanne first and Kim second. For you two, how excited are you for Fusion Bound?
Oh, sorry, let me just come on up and speak on their behalf. So, Joanne says, "Oh, I am really excited. People seem to have written the underdogs off, written me off. Someone even called me a weak link. So I'm out to prove them and everyone else wrong." And Kim says, "I am very excited. Whilst ladder matches are a daunting prospect for a scrap, it's exciting to be in such a historic match. Now, I do agree with my partner. Some write the underdogs off, but we have shown in the past we can prove it. We can prove them wrong, and I never look at odds."
Okay, cool. One more question before I take it to someone else. Have you guys been studying your opponents?
Joanne says, "Yes and no. I have wrestled all four named opponents before, some multiple times, some just the once, and I know what they are about. I know how capable they are, and I have studied their matches again and again. But as for the mystery team, that is the great unknown, and we will just have to wait and see." And Kim adds on to that, "Well, as you know, out of our own opponents, I have wrestled two of them before, so I know Karma and Samantha very well, and I've been giving tips to Joanne. Emma, I have counted elsewhere in the past, and I've had plenty of scraps with her. Even beat her on the big stage in the past when most wrote me off. Candy, I have to study a bit harder, but Joanne has encountered her more than me. So between us, yeah, we have studied and known our opponents that we know of.
Okay, great. Let's move over to another competitor in the show, and we will go to the other tag team match, and we will talk to the culture, Skillix. Skillix, what will you do to make sure that you and Lux come out on top?
I can't speak on his behalf, but I'm gonna hurt people.
Okay, that's a strategy. Cool. Do you have any tricks up your sleeve?
I'm gonna punch someone.
Cool. All right. Speaking of keeping an eye on people punching, this one is for the referee, Nicole. Nicole, are you prepared to deal with the shenanigans that is no doubt coming tomorrow?
Nicole says, well, I don't know if it's ever possible to prepare for all the possible ways the wrestlers might get up to shenanigans, but I'm definitely ready to handle any rule breaking they may attempt.
Okay, and are you ready to deal with not just one, but two ladder matches?
Nicole responds with, yes, I feel that I am. It will undoubtedly be chaos, but I've been working with my personal trainer on a special cardio regimen and hitting the gym twice a day for the past couple of weeks. I'm confident that I'll be able to keep up with the wrestlers in the ring.
Thank you for your comments there. Let's take it to our opening match on the show, and we'll talk to Moma T. Moma, what have you been doing to prepare for yourself for the match tomorrow night?
I've been wrestling my gators and studying my opponents. I think I've got it.
Your gators, did you say?
Yes, I'm from the bayou and we have gators. I have two that are named Wee and Willie. They're on chains.
Okay, I'll be sure to make security aware of that, just in case. You're not planning on bringing any gators with you, are you? Just to
Well, maybe not this time. Don't want to scare off everybody.
okay, good to know. All right, we shall now head over to one half of our main event tomorrow night, and that is Lucardi Black. Lucardi,
Yes.
it's the biggest match of the night for the World Championship, and you've been here before facing Neon Shadow. How prepared are you for tomorrow night?
Um, can you really be prepared for the type of match that me and Neon are going through? This is personal. Ever since I came here, I digressed and expressed that we are here, the Zero is here, to get rid of all the evil content and the evil ritual and people that are evil that do nothing but disrespect this brand and roster. And Neon is the one with the biggest target on his back. So, with that being said, there has been a lot of studying. I understand what I'm going to go through tomorrow. And Neon, I hope he understands what he's going to go through. he decided to not show up today. No surprise there. But yeah, I think when it comes to being prepped, that we're both really an unknown, to be honest with you. It's really hard to prep for a Japanese death match.
Indeed, it is a very dangerous match type to be going into. Have you been studying any previous matches that have been done like this, or how do you prepare for that?
Well, see, the thing about me and Neon is we both come from the same underground places. We both come from Tokyo, Japan. We both know each other very, very well. With that being said, I'm not going to get too much into Neon's past, but we do have a past together. The thing about Japanese death matches is that, culture wise, these matches are the be all end all between anybody that has any kind of rivalry or has any kind of beef or transgressions that are in the ring. So, there's going to be a lot of blood. There's going to be a lot of barbed wire. There may be some fire. Who knows? You just got to stay tuned and find out.
Okay, good to know. So let's go to Emma Gray, who's also in the women's tag team ladder match. How excited are you for tomorrow's match at Fusion Bound?
Emma says, I'm very excited for it. This is my biggest match since coming to Fusion, and I know it's a great card, and we have a lot of great matches.
So, along with that, what have you and Samantha Fox been doing to make sure that you come out on top tomorrow night?
Emma responds with, well, it's a ladder match with 8 women in it, so it's very unpredictable. But me and Sam will work together and make sure it's us who take down those tag belts.
Okay, thank you, Emma, for your comments. So, at this point, for the people here in the crowd, I'm going to give you a chance to start thinking of some questions. Well, if you've got anything you want to ask our panel, in fact, just type them out in text and I will relay them to the panelists on the stage. If there's anyone that you want in specific to ask the question to, just make sure that's written in. Yep. Anyway, and while we wait for that, we will move over to back to Trixie for a second. Trixie.
Yes.
So, of the matches tomorrow night, uh, you know, outside of the tag team title matches, do you expect to see any changes in titles?
Well, in all honesty, yeah. I'm honestly expecting for more or less the main event one, which of course is Neon. Ugh, pain in my ass. And Luca. Because, as Luca said, yeah, I've never personally seen a Japanese deathmatch, I believe it's called. So it'll be interesting, but I'm really just I can tell with LBA he is determined to finally shut the Cyber Enigma up and take that shiny that he holds close to him.
Okay, great. I'm gonna um yeah, with all the matches that we've got tomorrow night as well. It's like, which do you think might steal the show, Trixie?
That actually is a very tough question right here. Because of the fact that there's so many good matches for tomorrow. But I think it's obvious that many people want to see blood. So I think it's obviously the main event that's gonna be doing it. I know the crowd. They're gonna want to see blood.
Okay, great. Nicole, do you have anything in place if things go wrong tomorrow night?
Nicole answers that question with, I think you mean when? But yes, obviously can't go into full details of the preparations, but suffice to say, I have made sure we should have adequate security and medical personnel on hand and ready to respond as needed.
Okay. I'm gonna try this again with Skillet. See if he's more talkative this time. Skillets. My
Yes.
tomorrow's match. Big match. You've been used to big match situations before. You what preparations do you go through when you know this is a career defining match?
Do you remember a few months ago when you were in this very ring? I walked down. I entered the ring with you. What happened?
I the I don't recall. I just know I was at the doctor's the next day.
Exactly. That's what's gonna happen. Someone's gonna get hurt.
Okay. Uh, I just remembered I had a restraining order at some point on you. Um, cool. Uh, Momoti,
Yes.
what are you going to do to stand out against the other two competitors in your match to get the victory?
I'm gonna whip their ass Bayou style and make them like it.
Is there anyone else simple than that? Joanne and Kim, underdogs. Do you have any tricks up your sleeve?
Joanne answers, my arms, next question. That is for us to know and our opponents to find out. And Kim uh, adds on to that, oh, she's laughing away as well. And she says, just like my tag partner, they will have to find out tomorrow when we are in the ring.
Okay. Luca, I'll ask you the same question.
Yes. Can you repeat the
Do you
question?
have any tricks up your sleeve?
Nah,
for tomorrow's match?
Just gonna walk in there and I'm gonna beat his ass and I'm gonna take his title. Simple as that. You know, I'm gonna do exactly what I wanted to do against some psych athlete. You know, this isn't my first rodeo. I've been to other feds already. I've been in high-profile matches all across the SL grid. This ain't my first world championship title. I'm not gonna stand here or sit here like a scared little man. No, I'm gonna go into that ring tomorrow, and I'm gonna give Neon Shadow 100% of all that, everything that I have, and I'm gonna leave it all out to the ring. Win, lose, or draw, one thing's gonna happen. He will respect me when I'm done, and I will take the FPW men's title from him. Period.
Very strong words. And Emma, you know what? I'm gonna, because I like that question so much. Do you have any tricks up your sleeve tomorrow night?
Oh, get back up the stairs. I'm getting a workout.
When you ask a question, sometimes you wonder, is SL messing up?
Ah, yes.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, there we go. Emma says, well, anything can happen with me in this environment. But I've done my homework. I know my opponents have some things in mind they might not expect.
All right. You may want to stay there because at this point, we will take it to the crowd. If you've got any questions, just shout them out. And we will ask our panel list here. Yeah. So yeah, if you've got any questions, just shout them out. In text.
Kim adds on to that with, come on, ladies and gentlemen, don't be shy.
But if you are shy, you can always IM me. There is a question for someone who's not in the panel, but I'm going to take a guess. Is Ruth going to be able to handle the extra lag at tomorrow's show? No. Because it's Ruth. But in all seriousness, it would be great, I'm sure. We do have a question though. And so, this is for the underdogs. So, a lot of people have been underestimating you guys. Does that just drive you both even more to get that sweet victory?
Kim answers that question by saying, I have been written off in the past. Funny story. Happened elsewhere, wrote me off. I showed why it's not good to never write the underdogs off. Every underdog has their day. And Joanne says, yes, it does. I mean, people can say what they want, but at the end of the day, we're going out there tomorrow to take those titles. And I hope I send Candy Perez out on a stretcher. Oh my goodness. They are out for blood. And Kim added, and I am punching Karma repeatedly. Okay. The heat is turning up.
Yep, it is indeed. I need to make a note of that to the security team. All right. So this is a question for Skillix. Now, don't shoot the messenger here, please. Do you know any more words other than just "I'll punch them"?
I'm going to kick them.
Okay, cool. You are a savant of the English language, Luca. What's the
Yes.
first thing you will do if you win the title tomorrow night?
The first thing I'm gonna do is walk up to Baza Widlow and shove it right in his face and say "told you so," since he likes running his mouth on Twitter all the time. So you gotta understand something. With the trench and with the zero, we've been going back and forth for almost a year now. Even before we came to FPW. So, to win in tomorrow would probably be a bittersweet victory. I'll probably go to Disneyland. Who knows? You know, sky's the limit. Yeah. So we'll see if I'm not in the hospital, because I'll tell you it's very dangerous. But yeah, Disneyland for sure.
Sounds exciting. All right, Trixie, will you ever get a restraining order against the trench brothers?
That's an interesting question right there. I would, yeah, but I don't want to have to deal with legal actions and such, so the best thing I could do is just grin and bear it. Or if that doesn't work, I'll just send Felix out and scratch the living daylights out of them.
Sounds a bit rough. Well, just so you know, where we're moving to, there is a police station down the road, so maybe go there. Nicole, will we ever get to see you wrestle in the ring?
Nicole answers that question with, well, I suppose. Never say never. It could happen. Ooh.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure. Emma.
Emma made a very good comment with that question for Nicole by saying if wrestlers complain enough, she might snap. This is very true.
Okay. Emma, what's your favorite thing about teaming with Samantha Foxy?
And Emma answers that question with, well, me and Sam have a very close relationship out of the ring. If you know, you know. So us getting to team has honestly been a dream for years. So if we get to walk out as champions together, that would be amazing.
Okay. Next question we've got is from Emma T. And I think this is more out of concern than anything. Emma T, can we expect to see the Gators with you ringside tomorrow?
Maybe.
Oh, good lord. Okay, cool.
Gonna hold them for me? I'll have them on chains.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Cool. Need to contact the commentary team and maybe anyway. One last question from the crowd, and this is actually to Trixie. Trixie, how do you really feel about Benjamin?
Oh god, here we go with this.
Yay!
Well, if it's not obvious, I don't sugarcoat anything. And I'm not gonna lie. So, the best way I can tell you of how I feel about him is he's just one of the biggest pains in my asses out of all of the Trench Brothers. And I don't say that just because of the fact that he's a freaking totem pole. I say that for a fact because it always seems like he's picking on me. Whether him blowing smoke in my face or saying the most ridiculous of things. So, long story short, I despise him.
Okay. One last question. This goes back to Mama T. Do you have any roadkill recipes?
Yes, I do. I have plenty of them, but Papa does all the cooking.
Okay. Cool. No doubt. Alright, so with that said, we are going to go to our final questions for the panelists. So we will go down from left to right with this. It's pretty much going to be the same with a bit of variations for everyone. So we will start with Nicole. Do you have any final words to say to the wrestlers before the big show?
Nicole answers that question with, well, I suppose all I can do is wish everyone luck and remind them to all have an awesome, rule-abiding matches tomorrow.
Yes, rules matter. Skillets. I expect more than 3 words here. Do you have any final words to say to your opponents before the big match tomorrow night?
The nurses will take care of them very well.
I'm impressed, but also scared. Honestly, do you have any final words to say to your opponents?
Sure, I wish my opponents the best, and I'm here to guarantee at my first fusion bout, I'm gonna lay a bayou whipping on them they'll never forget.
Cool. Trixie, do you have any final words to say before the big show tomorrow night?
Actually, yeah. The only thing I can truly say is to all of the wrestlers, may the best men or women of their matches win.
Okay. Underdogs. Do you have any final words to say before? Do you have any final words to say to your opponents before the big match tomorrow night?
Joanne responded that. Oh, I'm stumbling on my words too, apparently. Joanne responds to that question with, good luck to Grey Fox and may the best team win. So the unknown team, I hope you're ready because we both are. And as for Candy and Karma, they know what they did and they will pay the price. Candy better have medical insurance. And Kim adds on to that with, may the best of us win on the day. But, Grey Fox, I respect you. But you both know better than to write me off, and same for the partner. Candy and Karma, I'm sure by now you can tell you don't anger me or get my wrath by now. You both should know that. And to whomever Governess Crystalia chooses as the fourth team, we are ready to scrap. Trust me, never write underdogs off. Every underdog has their day. Tomorrow, me and Joanne are ready to do what it takes to show it's okay to be an underdog. You can still achieve what you want to. Never let anybody hold you back or hold you down.
Well said. Luca,
Yes.
do you have any final words to say to your opponent for the big match
Yes. Yes,
tomorrow
I do.
night?
Absolutely, of course. Why not? You know, Neon, I hope you're ready. Mentally, physically, in your heart and your soul and your mind, I hope you are ready and you can fathom what kind of danger you are in tomorrow. When we step between those ropes, there's no more talking. There's no more trench interfering. There's no more zero interfering. It's just going to be me, Lucardi Black, and you, the Cyber Enigma. I hope and pray that you talk to your wife before that match and tell her that you love her and that you care for her because after tomorrow night, you may not have to talk anymore. You know, when it comes down to it, this is the accumulation. Fusion Bound is the accumulation of years worth of work, all these dedicated wrestlers here. An accumulation of years worth of pain that you caused all these people here. And I am going to be the one that's going to take care of it. I am going to end your suffering, Neon. I am going to be the final nail in the coffin for the Trench Brothers. You can guarantee that because they don't call me Mr. FP freaking W for nothing. It's who I am, and it's what I'm about.
Very impactful words there. And lastly, Emma, do you have any final words to say to your opponents in the big match tomorrow night?
Emma responds to that with, to all the other three teams, I just want to say, bring your best. I do have a few ideas who the fourth team will be, but I'm not here to speculate. But if it's who I think it's going to be, I know that FPW fans will be pleasantly surprised. But whoever it is and whatever else happens, I know me and Sam will give this match all we've got to make sure we walk out of this ladder match as your new Women's World Tag Team Champions.
Thank you, Emma, and thank you to all of our panelists here for the press conference here today. Thank you, Becky, for being the voice over.
Thank you for
With that
having
said, okay. With that said, stick around because we will be having the DJ Bearded Guy in 15 minutes or so, I will clear out this area a little bit, get more of a dance, a little bit of a, dancing vibe around here. Thank you all for coming. And just as a reminder that tomorrow's show, Fusion Bound, kicks off not in this arena, but at our new sim. Make sure you are in our fan group, that you're following us on Twitter, on Facebook. There's links at the back of the this arena where you can find all our social media links, because we will be moving away from here to our new sim, our new arena. You don't want to miss a second of the action, because it all kicks off at 2 p.m. SAT. It's Fusion Bound. Make sure you are there.